My name is Norishige Kondo, Deputy Director of Legal Department of Family Federation for World Peace and Unity. I'm very glad to be invited to this important conference. Today, my topic is dissolution issue over FFWPU Japan. The official abbreviation of our church is FFWPU. However, now the former name, Unification Church, is more famous for use. Even in the title of this session includes the name of Unification Church. So today, in my presentation, I often use the UC as abbreviation of our church. This is the periodical in Japan, named Consumer Law News. This is published in July 2022. And this is an article written by lawyer Hiroshi Yamaguchi. He is a major lawyer of Anti-Unification Church Lawyers Group, NMLSS. He says in this article, consultation cases on UC matters decreased. Instead of this number, a very minor unknown religious groups consultation is increasing. However, once the Abe assassination case occurred in the same month, the anti-lawyers group suddenly held a press conference and accused our church, saying that UC is great evil. And they announced as if serious suffering is ongoing. Based on this press conference, media attacked UC, saying anti-social. Next, please. And media attack caused hostility against UC. Extreme right screamed with a loudspeaker in front of UC churches, "Go out of Japan," denouncing writing painted on walls of our churches, "Cult should go out of Japan." And threatening letter were sent to our churches. And even in some cities, the city government refused us to use the public facilities. Next, please. Finally, Prime Minister Kishida announced that LDP, ruling party, will cut ties with UC. It was 31st August in 2022. However, it was based on political reason. He wanted to maintain the supporting rate of his cabinet. And he announced this without any investigation. This is violation of the Constitution. Most of our believers work in regular companies. So if the LDP lawmakers try to follow his direction, they need to verify the beliefs of everyone they contact and cut ties with UC believers. This caused the dominion effect. For maintaining the authority of the decision, he adopted extraordinary policies one after another, including the change of interpretation about the dissolution law. Next, please. And finally, the government filed a lawsuit to dissolve us. This is a list of disputes over the dissolution case. I picked up main disputes. In legal level, government claims that civil torts should be included in the violation of law, as lawyer Nakayama explained. Against that, we claim that it's contrary to the precedent judgments. Illegality in torts is very low. Requirement of torts is vague. So if dissolve a religious group, by such vague concepts, it is a violation of due process. Based on the interpretation of religious corporate law, government claims that there are many suffering about education matter, quoting that UC lost those cases in the past, and also they quoted many statements against UC. On the other hand, as lawyer Nakayama explained, we claim that so-called victims are deprogrammed apostates. And we also emphasize that the courts basically issue judgments in accordance with apostates' narratives in those cases. Next, please. And it is true that we lost those cases in the past. But the reason why judges issue judgments in favor of apostates in those cases in Japan is, firstly, there are no studies about apostates. And secondly, there are no custom of high amount donations in Japan. Thirdly, people, including judges, basically don't believe in God or believe in God's guidance. And finally, judges are afraid of accused by media that judges supported cults. Next, please. Here are some testimonies about the unfair judgments. For example, anti-unification church lawyer Yoshiro Ito described in his statement submitted to a court, there is a judicial framework. If it's a cult, it loses. Claims that would not be recognized in other cases are easily accepted if the opponent is labeled a cult. Also, former judge of the Supreme Court, Seigi Hiroshi, describes in his book, Japanese judges tend to follow public opinion. Public opinion means media coverage. Next, please. This is the tactics of major media in Japan. They firstly create a sensational narrative. Then they only report information which supports their narrative, while dismiss information which denies it. Once labeled evil, has no opportunity to recover their honor. This is the situation of a church. Next, please. This diagram explains the background of anti-UC movements. There are ideological conflicts. UC and VOC. VOC is Victory Over Communism, that is affiliated organization of our church, oppose communism and promote enactment of Spy Prevention Act, SPA. On the other hand, leftists such as Japan Communist Party, major media, and anti-UC lawyers group support communism and oppose SPA. That's why they persecute us. Next, please. So far, anti-UC group's strategy succeeded. Firstly, they accuse our church through media, and based on the media coverage, a family member of our church became anxious and decided deprogramming. In this way, believers became apostate, and apostates filed lawsuits against our church. Courts are very influenced by media coverage, so they issue judgment in favor of apostates. Based on the fact, media report that Unification Church is anti-social, and influenced by such media report, finally, the government requested the dissolution order of us. This is the Japanese present situation. I wish you to understand this situation and support to protect religious freedom in Japan and in the world. Thank you for attention.